and welcome to your daily karate challenge. Today we're going to be working with a bow. This does not look like a bow. That's because I'm in my basement with not so tall ceilings and not a lot of space. But if you can get a tube, this is just a cardboard like wrapping paper tube. I've taped it up to make sure that it stays together because it was split open. I'd say you need something approximately 3 feet. Really go as long as your space can allow, but something that is at least a third of your bow. So if your bow, a little more than a third, because if your bow is 6 feet, you want to be able to put your hands at the 2/3 mark that would be on your bow, which is about this long. Imagine if I had my 6-foot bow and I would have my hands at 2/3. So with this, you can still practice all of your hand positions. This is a little different because it's a wider diameter than my bow is. But you know, hey, it's good to get used to different weights, different sizes, and all that kind of thing for practicing. So we're going to just talk about some basic grips that you can practice. Obviously, I can't be squeezing this too much like I would a bow, or twisting, like when you strike with a bow and you twist and focus at the same time. I'm going to crush it. So we're going to focus on other things while we have this device, and then when I go outside in the backyard or to an empty space, that's when I can use my 6-foot bow and practice those kinds of things. So today we're going to look at hand grips. There's a few different hand grips. In some of the katas, you'll notice that your hands are both on the top. This might be like at the end of saifa when you do this, or in chatnyara when you are blocking like this, a straight block, things like that. So that's one of the grips we might see. I think the grip that we see a lot is one hand up and one hand down, like this. So this is where you will see things like this move in Chatnyara or Sakagawa. We see this a lot, up over the head. I don't know if you can see. So you want to keep it parallel and then come down and up and over and parallel and down. Now when I have my proper bow, when I'm turning it, it's resting in my thumbs like this. It's resting in my hand like this, and that's how I shift my grip. And then it comes back in between, and I'm shifting my grip. Back in between, shifting my grip. So with a bow, it's just like anything else. You want to practice your basics, your kihon. So when we're empty hand, you know, we're practicing blocks and strikes, things like that before we start a kata. Often with weapons, people go straight into katas and they never learn the basics. So this is a great time when we are out on our own and you can't maybe learn a new kata right now. It's an opportunity to practice all those basic skills. So things like practicing to get it right over your head, parallel and down, over your head and parallel and down. Practicing things like this from Geksaich or Geksai-ni, practicing the side blocks. Like this. This is another one where your hands are both top. Practicing like this. Strikes. You can practice your strikes. Just step and strike. 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 So this is a good time to work on all of that handwork. One of the other ones that we see in Makeshift is the figure 8, right? When you're swooping. So this is easier to learn with one hand. And put your other hand back. So I use my right hand because it's the right top that is going to do all the scooping. So you're going to scoop the top down to the left when your left foot is back, and then when you have your right foot back, or sorry, the other way, whichever foot is forward when you're stepping, it's blocking because you're blocking that leg, right? So you're going to step and block, step and block, step and block, and then you can just, your other hand is really just there. So it's very lightly controlling the bow. Step, step, step. So these are your figure 8 blocks like this, and then you can go backwards. This is great if you've learned Sakagawa to practice the timing for some of those steps where you're doing multiple steps. For example, going to the back when we are doing the 1, 2, 3, and I've stepped wrong, 4. You want to end this way, but again, excellent time to practice those. To practice Matsuhiga and doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So whatever kata you're working on, Tenyu no Kan, sushi no kan, whatever kata it is you're working on, you can use a smaller tool and focus on your footwork and your hand positioning with your bow. And then when you come back and you have access to a full length bow or a space to use a full length bow, you've still got some of those basic skills that you've practiced. All right, I hope you have fun with that today, and go make a bow.